Hello brew tubers, and welcome to the second Lazy Sunday video. Going to be talking about finally getting my keezer up and running with draft beer. The St Albans Beer Festival, which finished yesterday, and we shall be taking a look at some more boobies because why not indeed. So yes, draft beer. I had a keezer a long time ago, a free freezer from Curry's. Originally I had that in my brew shed, and then when that became a proper brew shed and we made the clubhouse, it came here. Ended up in the lean-to cellar shed outside. Packed up a year or two ago. Actually it might be 2 or 3 years ago, but it packed up a long time ago. So I've been without draft beer down here, apart from hand pumps, you know, beer in a bag or cask from the hand pumps. I've been without draft keg beer down here for quite some time. Replaced the freezer about 3 or 4 months ago, I think it was, quite some time ago, but haven't got round to doing any draft beer out of it. You know, I've been using the keezer, freezer keezer, for you know, bottled beers, wine, soft drinks, cocktail mixes, all that sort of thing, the usual affair that a decent clubhouse ought to have in stock. So yes, I finally pulled my finger out, cleaned the beer lines, and yeah, got the keezer back in action. Filled some corny kegs with beer and cider, which is what you saw me pulling at the start of the episode. And yeah, put it back in action. Had to replace 3 of these because they were pissing out from the seam. You can't really see it, there's a seam in the plastic there, and they were pissing out from that. So yeah, 3 of those had to be replaced. Fortunately I had 3 spare in stock, which was a bit of bloody luck. So yeah, 3 of those taps were knackered. But yes, I've got a draft cider and a draft Oktoberfest lager. So the cider is Chiltern Open Air Museum cider. So it is out of date 2021 apple juice from our apple orchard at work, Chiltern Open Air Museum. And yes, it's about 5%. Used Mangrove Jack's yeast strain, cider yeast strain. There's a bit of tea in here for the tannins, lactose in here to make it a milk cider. Just because this finished bang on 1.0 nothing, so it was very dry, so I had to back sweeten it, hence the lactose. Yeah, it's got a light bit of carbonation to it. I'd say it's a medium dry. Still has a good apple juice flavour and aroma. You know, it's drinkable. I'll stick to making beers in future, but you know, it's pleasant enough to drink. As I said, it's a medium dry, so a little bit tart, but you know, it's apple juice at the end of the day, fermented apple juice. So we'll go and visit the Oktoberfest lager probably at the end of the video once I've finished this. So yes, going on to the St Albans Beer Festival. Yes, that was, say, from Wednesday to yesterday, so on for a good few days. You were visited on Wednesday and Friday. So Wednesday it was with the Creative Juices Brewing Company boys, Martin, Ben and Paul. Boy can they drink. Yes, we were there from about midday to 9 o'clock thereabouts. I've been going to that beer festival since about 2012, and I've never spent 9 hours there, never. Yeah, that was interesting. That was very interesting. Started off, as is tradition, with a pint of mild. It was small batch mild from Tring Brewery. So one of their, they got a small batch kit. I think it's what is it now? Is it 1 barrel? Perhaps 2. Pardon me. So had that. It was all right. Had 40's Busman's Cherry Mild next. Just a half pint of that. Again, a good mild. Plenty of cherry notes, but quite subtle. And then I don't know what I went and had after that. I just remember those two. Very different from previous. It wouldn't say very different, but it was different from previous years. They didn't have as many beers on, so they usually have about 4 or 5 brewery bars. That had been cut down, and there weren't quite so many beers on. However, I think the selection was more diverse, and probably a better selection. So it had some really nice. I had a Verdant Penpole. They had an Arbor ZZ Hop. I didn't have that one. So yeah, they had some hoppy beers from fairly large named breweries. They had the traditional stuff. A couple of strong ones. I had Harvey's Prince of Denmark Stout, which I haven't had since Battersea Beer Festival, which made me a little bit ill on the way home on the train. I had to leave the train at one point, so I'm leaving it at that. But I had that again. That was very tasty. So yes, it was a good beer festival. As I said, it was a long old night. Had German bratwurst for lunch and a Yorkshire pudding wrap for dinner, which was very nice. So yes, I had one of my own beers on there, Old London Porter, which was 5% or 5.5%, something like that. Fairly good reviews. There's a couple of people who didn't review it quite highly, but that's up to them. But yeah, it seemed to get a moderately good response. And yes, I think it became 5th in the Hop Cheer Beer of the Year competition. I don't know how many entrants there were. It could have only been 5, in which case it might have come last, but I hope it was more than 5. So yes, that was the St Albans Beer Festival. On Friday, went with a few friends. Had 6 hours there on Friday, so not quite so long. And yeah, it was very pleasant. Got some nice seats up on the upper circle, because it's a theatre, they hold it in. And yes, I'll send you some photos. So that was the St Albans Beer Festival, and this is the Oktoberfest Lager. So it's a bit hazy, but I've only literally put it in the keezer about 2 hours ago, 2 or 3 hours ago. So it's been disturbed, and I have a feeling that Nova Lager yeast doesn't clear well, or at least it's a cloudier yeast than than others. So yes, it's got a bit of fizz to it. I could probably have it a little bit more strongly carbonated. It's all right. It's quite a sweet malty end of the beer spectrum. So it's a bit of an experiment to see how that Nova Lager yeast would handle it. I'm early days yet, I think. So it's being knocked around a bit. So perhaps leave it a week or 2 in the keezer. It might clear a bit and just settle down. Doesn't taste bad, but we'll probably do a bit more carbonation as well, actually. Oh, it's not bad amount of carbonation, you can sort of see it there. But yes, Oktoberfest. So I'm having a little Oktoberfest party on the 14th of October. So come down here and have that Oktoberfest lager. Have my accidental Calypso lager. So that's the Calypso ale I made, but it tastes very lagery for some reason. So I'm going to keg that, carbonate it, and have that on tap as well. Once I find room in my keezer. And yes, I think that's about it. I know Big Banana was hoping for a little musical interlude. However, I'll say to him, let me practice more first. I'll leave that, and the rest of you will be wondering what I'm talking about. But yes, well, no, let me get better at it first, and then we'll have a musical interlude. So yes, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed staring at the boobies, and perhaps listening to what I said. But I think the happy pillows are more fun than my waffling. So yes, thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you again next time. Goodbye.